a bonus tip. How to keep your stuff safe while you're sleeping. Hey guys, my name is Shayla and I make these videos every Wednesday. I have been YouTubing since 2015 and I started this channel out as a travel channel. I've since moved in one spot, but I wanted to go back and answer some of the questions that I got asked all the time. And they usually revolve around how can you afford to travel. So the number one tip that I can give you is stay in a hostel. So this is your Hostel 101 video. We're going to talk about what is a hostel, the 5 things that you need to know about hostels, and the 4 things that you need to bring to hostels. So let's get into it. What is a hostel? A hostel is the greatest thing of all time. If I could stay in a hostel or a hotel for the same price, I would stay in a hostel every time because it's such a cool way to meet people while you're traveling. Everybody's like, oh, where are you from? How long are you traveling for? Where are you traveling to? Let's hang out. Let's go do this. I did a video in Greece. We all rented ATVs and just went out on the ATVs and made ourselves a quad squad. I made up the name. I thought it was clever. It's typically 20-year-olds, maybe early 30s. But if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 90s, you can stay in a hostel. It all depends on what you're comfortable with. Just know that there's about 20-year-olds. I remember last time I went, I'm in my late 20s and I was like, ugh, everyone feels so young. And then I made friends with everyone. What else can I tell you about hostels? It's a giant room where you share its bunk beds. So everybody's sharing a big room and then everybody shares the bathroom. I've done everything for $5 a night to $60 a night. The $5 a night was not something I'd recommend. It was in a bar and there was the fan to cool you off, which is blow the cigarette smoke in there. It was gnarly, but that's an option. The other one was $60 in Europe somewhere and it was beautiful. So here are the 5 things that you need to know about staying in a hostel. Okay, number 1, how do you find a hostel? Hostelworld.com is what I use all the time. I'm not an affiliate with them, it's just literally what I use. They have reviews for hostels so you can kind of see what other travelers say about it. It shows you all the hostels that are available, which is super awesome. Thing number 2 about what you need to know about hostels is that there is a wide variety of options. You can stay in a room of 14 people. You can stay in a private room where you have no roommates. You can stay in a room of 4 people, an all-girls room, a co-ed room where there's guys and girls sleeping in the bunks. I don't care. I'll stay in co-ed, I'll stay in girls. It doesn't really bother me. People think that that's not safe, but I think if someone tries to do something in a room full of 14 people, you just have to open your mouth and other people are gonna help you because travelers are typically, we're all in it together. But as I've gotten older, I've preferred the 4-room hostel because then I only have to share a bathroom with 4 people and I don't know. I don't know. It's better. Tips 3, 4, and 5 are all about things that you need to check if your hostel has. So the first thing that you need to check, does it have a locker that you can lock all your stuff up? This is important. People are worried about losing their things or people stealing their stuff. Knock on wood, I've never had any of my stuff stolen from staying in a hostel, but I'm pretty good about keeping everything locked up. Another thing you want to ask about is if there's Wi-Fi just in the common area or if it's in the rooms too. That can be really frustrating if you're trying to text your boyfriend before you fall asleep. It's good to know, and some people just go sit out in the common room before they go to bed. The last thing is free breakfast. Hostels are great because a lot of times they offer free breakfast. And to get your coffee, which is what this is, before you start adventuring is amazing. It's also a good way to meet people sometimes. Sometimes they have a bar where you can meet people. Those are the 5 things you need to know about hostels. 4 things to bring to a hostel if you've never been. Thing number 1 is a lock. And I kind of touched on this, but you want to make sure that you have a lock to lock up your stuff. I keep my laptop in there, my computer in there. My laptop is my computer. My camera. I keep all of my valuables in the locked thing. It's great when you're out. It's great when you're in the shower. It's great when you're sleeping. It's locked. If it doesn't have a locker, I'd recommend not staying there. But if that's not an option, I would just lock your bag. Most of the time, people are going to do what's easy. So if you leave your laptop on the table, you run to the bathroom, you come back, it might be gone. If you leave your laptop in your locked backpack, typically people aren't going to steal an entire backpack. It's a lot bigger, a lot harder versus just a laptop. So make sure you bring a lock. I always forget to bring a lock, and then I have to go searching for a lock in whatever country I'm in. Usually the hostels know where you can buy them, but just do yourself a favor and get one ahead of time. The next thing that I would recommend bringing are towels. Some hostels will let you rent them for $1. You use them and then whatever. These are great. I will do a link for these, but these are just really thin microfiber towels. This is set. Dry you out really nicely, and then you can just hang them on your bed and they dry really quickly, and they don't take up a lot of space in your backpack, which is crucial. So I would recommend doing a microfiber towel. The third thing I would recommend for bringing to a hostel is shampoo and conditioner and body wash. But what I usually do is just get go to Target, get Dr. Bronner's travel size, and I use that for my body and for my hair and for my face and for sometimes for my underwear in the sink if I'm like in a hotel or something, and then conditioner so that it's silky smooth. But those things are not provided in a hostel, and I usually forget about that as well. So do better than I do and remember that. Thing number 4 that I would recommend for a hostel, I don't do this personally, but I know that people recommend bringing earplugs and eye masks. This is my eye mask. It's super bougie. It's like a $30 eye mask or something really stupid, but I love it. And so there's that. But I don't know, I can sleep through most things. I can sleep through noise. I can sleep through whatever. Plus, if something's really going on, I kind of want to know. So here's a bonus tip. How to keep your stuff safe while you're sleeping. So either it's going to be locked in your locker, which is fine. I usually charge my phone and I keep it literally like under my pillow on airplane mode so I don't get like going into my brain. And then I also sleep with my purse and my passport, and I like will wrap it around my wrist a couple times and just like lay with it and snuggle it just so that nobody can take it from me. Those are the tips that I have for you if you're the first time going to a hostel. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Mwah! Bye!